What are our points actually worth now, and what's the point even playing this game?
Well, not all hotels are increasing the amount of points. You know, you mentioned the Conrad Maldives. A lot of the cheaper hotels are becoming more attractive using points, but I mean, who really wants to use their points for crummy hotels? But in general, these loyalty programs are huge money makers for the hotels and airlines. So in prep for the IPO, I think Hilton earlier this year devalued, because it just means they need to pay less money to each individual hotel whenever you redeem your points. So, you know, up to 90% increase in points needed, which is kind of crazy.
You're the points guy. I know that you know everything there is to know about airline points. A lot of people say that the hotel points are more valuable than the airline points. Is that the case?
It depends on the hotel points. You know, Starwood points are extremely valuable because you can transfer to airlines at a really, really valuable ratio. So you have options for hotels and airlines. But in general, you know, points are devaluing, but they can still be extremely valuable if you know how to use them.
Well, what about the credit cards? Because I have to say, I bought a 42-inch TV for $18 on Amazon because of the cashback rewards team that was joining up with Amazon. I thought it was the best deal ever.
Yeah, it's all about credit cards these days. They're not frequent flyer programs, they're frequent spender programs. So you got to have the right credit card, make sure that every dollar you spend, you're not just getting 1 point per dollar, you're getting 2, 3, 4. And so, you know, every time you use your credit card, have a little post-it note and make sure you're using, you know, when you get your gas, you got...
This all sounds great and well, but what are we giving up by enrolling in these frequent flyer plans, especially through credit cards?
Well, when you go to credit cards, you need to compare it to cash back. So, you know, is your free ticket worth more than that TV that you got? So it all depends on what you want. Some road warriors don't want to travel more once they're finally home. So if you want cash back, you know, you're generally looking at 2% back as a good...
We love having you on because all of us have been taken to the cleaners on your world. What is your to-do list for January of 2014? I'm having a vacation. I'm taking 12 hours off at the end of the year here. What should I do about my frequent flyer miles as I get ready for next year?
Well, 2014 is an interesting year because the airlines, Delta and United, are putting revenue requirements on elite status. So if you've flown a lot, not only do you need to fly, but you need to spend huge amounts of money. You know, if you're a top tier with United, you need to spend $10,000 a year on United tickets. On United, you know, so if you fly Lufthansa and it's a Lufthansa ticket, it doesn't count. So there's a lot of changes coming next year.
Wow. So good for Bob Nardelli, maybe bad for the rest of us.
Exactly.
If he 200 days out of the year.
Reevaluate your loyalty, absolutely.
Do people actually redeem all their points, or is this wasted money?
Oh, I mean, people redeem their points all the time, but there's a huge amount of hoarders out there. I think hoarding is an epidemic. People need to stop hoarding their points because they become
use your points. That's your major message.
Exactly. But don't liquidate them for really bad redemptions. You know, if that TV might be amazing, but if you could have had business class to Europe, what would you rather have? The $500
Did you really go to Dubai for $72?
I actually flew from Mumbai, Dubai, New York, Emirates first class. It was 90,000 miles and about $90.
I'm sorry, he's Time Man of the Year.
Tom Keene's Man of the Year, at least.